Hi, Caleb.
Hi.
Thanks for helping my project.
My pleasure.
Could you say a little bit about yourself?
I'm Caleb, and I'm a data scientist working for federal government. And then I just recently moved down here from the Virginia and just live across the street. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're taking sailing lessons together.
Right.
So you can see all the boats and everything.
Yeah.
So we're adventurers.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right. Yeah.
talking about adventurers, did you know that NASA's planning to send astronauts back to the moon?
Not that in detail, but since I live in nearby the Johnson Center, so I heard of it. And actually, 2 days ago, I saw like a video that they just shoot out those the Starship, and as a test. But that was very interesting, yeah.
And that was just right down here in Brownsville,
Right,
Texas.
yeah. So I actually trying to go there once, but it took like 6 hours driving. But
It
it's not
is.
that bad, Yeah,
Yes.
one day you have in the time, and then you probably go there and then watch those. Actually, the launching is gonna be pretty exciting, isn't it?
Maybe take a sailboat down there and you can watch it from
Oh,
sea.
I have never, I never thought about that, but that's probably, yeah, we can all go together, right? So one day,
Exactly.
yeah. That would be fantastic, yeah.
So you're pretty excited about us going back to the moon.
Oh, yes, but I kind of, recent days I saw a lot of launches, and then I feel like that it's not that far, in the future right now. There is a lot of launching, and then with the help of those, the fast and developed technology, probably someday, maybe within my generation, we can just go to the moon actually. But settling down is a different issue because the temperature is so extreme, and then they have like, I guess it's 3 weeks daytime or 3 weeks nighttime. So
Yeah.
if we actually have a settle down there, it's probably a whole different culture, dwellings, that the life cycle is all changed. But I'm excited because I can actually really can imagine what would be like. That was kind of I can even imagine before, but now I can actually at least imagine the life on the moon. So that was the fantastic part.
Yeah, we'd probably be living in caves underneath for protection, and then the
Right.
lighting would be artificial.
Right, yeah, artificial. You stay all day probably inside the building, so you have to design specific dwellings, probably whole different structures, architecture. So I think it's probably the Saudi, they have like a Neon City project. We probably have the more sophisticated and the more like a big project, much larger than the Neon City. But I think it's gonna be we need like human collective wisdom and the cooperation to achieve that kind of the goal. But it's not that far away dream right now. Yeah.
In 200 years, when you think about the future of humanity, do you think we're still just making these short trips to places, or do you think we have humans, like you say, living on the moon, on Mars, in big space cities that are,
That was 200, we're looking back 200 back, into the past, how many technology developed. So I can't even, imagine what would be the 200s later, but I guess, not a long term, permanent settle down. I can say that, but probably we can just stay short term. The real person can living there short term and come back and, go back and forth. We can do that definitely. I believe, yeah.
If you had the opportunity to, would you take a trip to space?
I have to ask my wife.
You had to ask your wife?
Yeah.
Do you think she would go with you?
The wife also consider my kids as well, but I'm excited I can have a chance, and then, what's the the safety concerns is all addressed. We can probably try, but I definitely would ask my wife and kids.
Probably a
Yeah.
smart idea.
Right.
Well, Caleb, thank you so much for helping
my
my
pleasure.
project. It was great getting to talk to you.
Thank you.